Cracking, everybody, know me here. We're nearing the first week of WoW Dragonflight being over with. It has been fun. I've gotten one character that was supposed to be an alt to 71st, and then I'm working on my main getting to 70. This video, I just kind of wanted to go over some of the things I liked. I don't really want to touch on anything that I dislike because I don't think I'm going to know more about what I dislike until after the first week, or after the second week, when there's more content being pumped in to this expansion. So the first thing, really, I think my favorite part of Dragonflight so far is the crafting. I haven't been able to touch every profession, obviously. I've been playing only 2 characters. But I think crafting, as of right now, to me, is the most fun, especially after you hit 70. It's also the biggest grind as well, because some of these special, like this character is obviously not max level and he's not max profession. He's a skinning leather worker. Like, these specialty, I guess you could say, mats, like a dense hide or a lustrous scaled hide. The drop rate isn't very high. As a leather worker, though, I know that my best chance at farming the lustrous scale hide is here in the Waking Shores, up in this area where all the primal proto drakes are. Well, I guess if I did have a dislike, I'd say just up the drop rate on those lustrous scaled hides just a little bit. Other than that, I do like the profession system. It's a little bit more complex than previous, in my opinion. Not even that, just the aesthetic of your profession screen has made a huge difference, in my opinion. Like I said, it is a little tougher for me. For other people, it might just be, this is how it is, and it's kind of similar. Sure. But like I'm saying, these drop rates on some of these, blue mats that I need, I would just like to see those up a little bit. Those drop rates are a little rough. Other than that, I love it. And I hope we don't max out at just 100 on our professions for this go around, because this is something I would love to spend a big bulk of time doing, to be honest. I think the implement of work orders is cool. Now, I don't play on a highly populated server, so I've only had one work order so far the whole week, and that was on my blacksmith. Nice way to make 200 gold, though, so you can't complain, right? One thing I have been considering doing is hopping servers and creating, quite literally, just a professions guild, a money-making guild that can do other stuff, obviously. But I could see that definitely being something that I focus on with this expansion. Of course, I'm going to do the raids. I'm going to PvP. I've always been a PvP guy. But as of right now, crafting, honestly, is my favorite part of World of Warcraft. And it's really weird. And then moving on, I think the multi-renown system is pretty cool, building up your renown with the different factions. I can see that getting a little old eventually, if I'm being honest. I don't see myself wanting to get on every day and grind renown. Now, every other day, every couple of days, sure. But after the first week or two, I know this system's probably going to get old. I like it as of right now, but I know for myself and anybody else like me, this system here is going to get a little stale after a while. Months tops. 1 month. But I mean, yeah, as of right now, I think because of the rewards, it's an exciting thing. All the different rewards, all the different cosmetics from the different renowned quartermasters. I think that's neat. but I'd like to see in a future a way for you to collect renown just a little quicker. Again, I'm not a new school gamer. I don't want everything handed to me. But I would like to see just, maybe increase the renown reward, maybe 25% off your quests or whatever the hell you're doing your hunts. Other than that, I don't think it's a bad system. And I kind of understand why it's in place the way it is. For those who don't necessarily want to rep grind their dick into the dirt, you can kind of choose which faction you want to grind out and get the rewards for, which again I know has always been the case with WoW, but in a different way. Screw you, dude. I'm doing a video. Don't be rude. But yeah, I'm a fan of the new rep grind. Like I said, as of now, but knowing myself, it will get a little stale. A month max. So maybe after a month, that's going to be one of my dislikes. I'm hoping here within the next week or two, maybe I can max one or two of the reputations out. Get some of the cool things from one of the renowned quartermasters. I know there's some mounts in there per usual, which is not different for us. Normally in the past, that's something like I would get to Exalted with some of the reps, but I was not the guy to sit there and max out my reps, get all the quartermaster collectibles and mounts. But I mean, we're gonna see. I'm gonna try. Move on to the dungeons. I think the dungeons are cool. I feel like for me, I've been in normals and heroics, to where some people complain about the drop rate. I guess I've been lucky, especially with heroics. I'm getting like at least one piece per run, which I know isn't the same for everybody. I don't know what the hell's going on. And it's always with the heroics an upgrade, which is great. Speaking of, falling back for a second, talking about gear. How awesome is it that you don't have to do dungeons, quests, mythics to get some pretty dope gear? That makes professions like a 10 out of 10 in my mind. Sorry for going backwards, but now back to the dungeons. So the dungeons that I have done have been really fun. I know I haven't done all the dungeons. I've just been queuing, random heroics. But I feel like they go pretty smoothly. Some of the encounters are neat. Don't remember the name of it, but one of the dungeons you're coming across a bridge, I think, to the final boss, and it's pushing like these crazy typhoon type waves at you while you're trying to fight mobs coming across this bridge. You get knocked off, it bubbles you back to the end, adding kind of a, I mean, obviously that's not do or die, getting knocked off and being bubbled back, but adding that danger element along with the mob fights is kind of cool. A lot of the boss fights I also think are pretty damn fun. They're not overcomplicated, but they're not completely, I don't think, simplified either, especially the first couple of times you do it. Some of the abilities of the dungeon bosses are a surprise if you're not reading the adventure guide. Sorry about all the I'm trying to clear my throat. But yeah, I think those three things right there, the professions, the renowns, the dungeons, they're giving you a good amount of content, even if it doesn't seem like it right off the bat. Especially with the professions, like with skinning and leatherworking. Like, my skinning's max, but my leatherworking, it's a grind. I have to get these lustrous scaled hides right now. I'm trying to increase my leatherworking so I can make the scaled hide or the mail armor that my shaman can wear. That is also an upgrade. I want that 380 plus gear for my shaman. So that's currently what I'm working towards. It's taken longer than I'd like, but it's still an adventure to me. It still feels fun. It feels organic. Now, it doesn't feel forced. I can go do something else. That's a big thing I want to stress. This does not feel forced. I could go do something else with my shaman and get the gear in a different way. But this is how I want to do it. This is how I chose to do it. This is how I'm enjoying doing it. Now, as far as other stuff, like, I haven't touched any mythics yet. I haven't done any PvP yet. I know for the most part PvP is probably the same, which is fine. I was so big on PvP, especially a few years back. Loved it. Still love it. The last few expansions, though, I'm not going to lie, I haven't played as much. It just, like most other people, I just wasn't having the best time. It didn't feel like the game I grew up loving and enjoying and wanted to continue enjoying as a grown man who has to work and then come home, wants to play his favorite game, but he's behind on everything because of that 40-hour commitment he has to make. But, I mean, other than that, there's nothing else I'm going to touch on with this first video. I know I didn't go too in-depth on anything. Didn't want to. Just wanted to talk about what I liked, what I'm enjoying. Now, further videos in the future, I might have things I do a little more of a deep dive on and actually get into the mechanics of some of these things. Maybe post actual gameplay instead of me sitting here next to this Drake I'm about to kill and hope he drops a lustrous scaled hide. But other than that, I hope everybody else has been enjoying Dragonflight. If I can get 1,000 subs, I have a goal for my YouTube channel. Every 1,000 subs, I am going to be doing a giveaway. My first 1,000 subs, I'm actually going to be giving away a Dragonflight hoodie. It's on the Blizzard merchandise website. It's a black hoodie, Dragonflight on it. Thought it looked neat. It's kind of basic, but my taste is kind of basic. That's probably why I'm drawn to it. But it does hold a $60 value. And, you know, the winner of that will be drawn by random if I can get to 1,000 subscribers. So if you stuck around, you watched this video and you enjoyed it at all, hit the like button, hit the sub button, turn on the noties. I'm going to try to do 1 to 2 videos a week. I'm not going to oversaturate this. I want it to be an organic thing. So go ahead and join the Gnome Land. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're calling this community. The Gnome Land. King Nomi. And you know, eventually, once I figure out how to keep my bitrate up, we're going to be streaming too. I've been trying to stream, but the bitrate's unstable. I got a new PC. I think it's my router, my modem. So I'll probably get a new one of those. Go get a Nighthawk, but now I'm rambling. I'm good at that. But yeah, I hope everybody has a good day. If you get the chance to see this, please like and subscribe. Maybe have a friend like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments what you enjoy about Dragonflight. I'm sure there's people out there that can speak on the negative. We're not talking about the negative today. In the next week or two, we'll talk about the negative, and then everybody that does watch and wants to comment can share their negatives. Right now, let's stick with the positive because this is feeling really good so far. And I'll see y'all in the next one, man.